Okay, I want you to take a look at where the shoulders are in this video frame.
You are so particular.
I have very sexy shoulders and the world needs to see them. And by world, I mean like a couple hundred people on the internet.
That's some really...
In this week's weekly check-in, we try to be a little bit faster with our topics, which we probably didn't, but we talked about...
You're gonna cheat?
The launch date of Wandering Aimfully. We talked about doing a new fitness routine.
Smile, for heaven's sake. Yeah.
Whoa, are we sticking with it? I don't know.
Is it a choreographed dance routine? I don't know.
We talked about how just super proud of our community we are, the content migration, which is like the current task at hand for us. And then I brought a special friend. That was gonna be a special friend to this little video.
A special friend.
He's pretty special. She? I don't know. Do they have sex?
It.
Do they have asex?
Do they have sex?
And then you push your belly button, and then your butt falls off, and then you hold your butt, and you have to dig, and you'll find a little baby.
Asex is what I meant. Do they have gender?
Yeah.
They do.
Sex, gender. So you guys might be wondering, when are you launching Wandering Aimfully? That's probably what you think every single time you watch one of these videos. And,
is it what you think?
And my dear friend, we also wonder that.
Yeah, the launch date has been a moving target with this project, and I hope that that's an illustration for you watching this that that's okay, and then that's probably going to happen. And I would say we even went into this a little bit naively thinking, we can get this done. We've done somewhat similar things to this before. Here's the ultimate secret to building and launching anything. Unless you are creating an exact replica with the exact same steps and things and design and everything, every launch will be different. The time frame to build something will be different. You cannot take the experience of one launch and apply it to another, and I think that's what we were trying to do. This is just its own animal.
And it's not for lack of trying, like it's not like we're not working or procrastinating, but we just want this to be what we want it to be, and we want it to match our vision. And you do get to the point in the process where you go, hey, is it better to just launch now and be able to add stuff down the road? And we definitely had discussions about that, and ultimately we have decided that if we can make the cash flow work, we really want to launch with the best version of this thing that we can possibly create. So that's why we've decided to move the launch to the end of the summer.
And truthfully, what we would tell people is what we've done. We did a pre-order of the Wandering Aimfully memberships. So we got 15 people to sign up, which is amazing. Hello, pre-order people. So we did that part. That was kind of proof of concept, which we're really happy about. Now it's building the whole front-end website. And what we don't want to do is launch with like a half-built, making a lot of sacrifices. No, we have some awesome designs that Caroline's put together that we're really excited about, and we don't want to sacrifice on those.
And you're never gonna have as much momentum as you do when you launch something. So what we don't want is to launch it and it have a half-finished website, no content plan moving forward, the show's not in a place where it's ready. So we need more time, and that's what we're gonna do.
Give them a launch date.
Do we decide? This is news to me. What's our launch
This is like
date?
a tiny little freak out moment.
End of August.
End of August. Pick a date.
August 24th.
Might be a Sunday, that'd be fun. Sometime in late August. Caroline, what's orange and red all over?
Sorry guys, I'm just being supernatural. This is just like my normal.
Oh yeah, I'm all about more Teddy Roosevelt.
I'm trying really hard to flex my biceps hurt from the last class that we did. That would be OrangeTheory Fitness, Jason.
So here's a little life update for you, as we have liked to do in these weekly check-ins. It's not just about business stuff. We also are people and we have lives.
We are people.
We started to notice that it was difficult, specifically maybe for one half of this equation, to
Which half?
just, you know, some part of the left side of this divider line right in here, to get into the rhythm of getting exercise into our everyday lives. And hold on, whoa, rein it back. How's my horse?
It was really good.
Thank you. It was no criticism of Caroline that this was happening. It was more, I brought it up and noticing that it was becoming much more difficult to like carve out time to go to the gym together, and that we needed to change something.
Here's the thing, guys. I hate exercise. I hate it. I hate it so much, and I get mad at people who don't hate it, and Jason doesn't hate it, and I'm mad about it. So here's the thing. When he came to me and in a very, I'll give you all the credit in the world, in a very, not in a way of where I was like, oh, I mean, I definitely felt that way, but it was no criticism of the way that you brought this up.
Yeah, it wasn't coming at you like, hey.
But you know that health and fitness is a value of mine.
Hot button.
And you know that it's a priority of mine. So when you see that I'm not
it's also a hot button.
Yes, I know, but the point I'm trying to make is you know that it's a value of mine, but when you see that I'm not going to the gym or when I'm not caring of myself, you pointing that out to me is like, that's what creates the hot button, because I'm like, dang it, I'm really not living that value. So rather than do what I normally do, which is like I dig my heels in and I'm like, oh, really? Well, I'm not going to go to the gym for 2 more months after this because that's how my brain works.
I'm going to try and put on 200 pounds. Watch out.
You don't run my life.
You know, that hurts my feelings. I've tried going on a diet, you know. The zone. You know, carbs are the enemy, you know.
So anyway.
Instead, I decided I'm going to search for something to get me refueled, re-excited, and motivated. I tend to do best in group fitness situations, so I found OrangeTheory, a couple of my friends do it, and I invited you along, and you thought you were going to hate it.
Yeah, I don't ever do group workout stuff. I personally, for me, working out is like put on my headphones, listen to music, like kind of like a little meditation thing, and I get in there and I work out a bunch of stress, and I'm just doing my own thing, and whatever that ends up being in the gym, I like the feeling of that. But I was pleasantly surprised by OrangeTheory. I will say, we have been working out fairly consistently for the past 6 months to a year. If you would go into that not having worked out in a long time, it would be rough. It was rough in general for us. It's a very difficult workout, but it's a whole different workout too.
I think that's also a reflection of how hard you push yourself. You and I are both very competitive, and because we have a basic level of fitness, I think we push ourselves harder. But anyway, it is a high intensity workout. So you were pleasantly surprised. This guy comes out of the workout and he's like, where do we sign up? Like, what do we do?
Yeah, I really liked it.
Okay.
I really liked it. There's also a little bit of gamification throughout. So like you can see this like percentage number that they have, and you want to stay in the orange, but not like always be in the orange. But the thing that I watch the entire time is how many calories it has equated that I've burned.
It's a workout.
That's based on like my weight, my heart rate, all these other things. It's kind of calculating. You wear a band the entire time, and I'm trying to get to 1,000 calories burned in a workout. My first workout
I didn't know that was your goal.
Yeah, my first workout was 800 something, like 830. This past workout was 916.
In an hour.
Yeah, so I'm trying to get to 1,000 calories here, and we've only done it twice, so I'm
Anyway,
hopeful.
this is all to say, like, I really do think that health is important. I think when you're building stuff, it's very easy to not only let the things slide that you don't like to do, which in my case is health, but also it's easy to convince yourself that you need that extra hour in order to work on the thing you're building and not to go take care of yourself. And that's just not the way you can think, because taking care of yourself is gonna set you up for the long haul. And also, I feel amazing every time I work out, and I'm like, why can I not just focus on this feeling and not the awful feeling that I feel while doing it?
Yeah.
So we're getting back into it, and I think we're doing a good job. The task at hand for these next couple weeks, the big gargantuan thing that is on our plate, is our content migration. That means taking 407 articles that are across both of our existing websites, Made Vibrant, Jason Does Stuff, and whittling them down and reconfiguring them and improving them and optimizing them to be on the new Wandering Aimfully site.
So we both have done a content migration at one point or another with our websites before.
Content audit.
Yeah, well, I was just gonna say, so I think did you do a content audit when you did it with Made Vibrant, or was it?
I guess it technically was a migration.
Right, so I did a content audit in 2016 for the first time, where basically I went through, wrote down every single article that I've ever written. I wrote down kind of like the one sentence thing about that, and then went through and decided, should I keep this? Should I delete it? Is this serving me anymore? And I think a lot of us who've been writing for a while, and I'm probably including some people watching this, you have older blog posts that you wrote like so many years ago that have nothing to do with what you're doing now or what you're focused on. And it does take up a little bit of mental space, but you also forget that they're there, and you realize like, oh, these 10 articles I wrote, there's really nothing of value in there except for one nugget in one of them, which could be turned into a bigger article. That's what a content audit helps you do. So Caroline created this ridiculous Airtable that helped us kind of get all of our articles in one place. We then were able to see like, are we keeping these, and then categorizing them if they're gonna move into a guide. So that's one of the big things we're doing. Is Caroline has 37 posts that are individual articles right now that are being combined into one
guide.
Big guide.
We wrote a big post on this on the Wandering Aimfully under construction site, so we will make sure to include a link to that in the description. You can like read more about the
merch.
details.
Merch in the description.
It's not the merch, it's just a blog post. We need merch. I'm just kidding. But you know, it's a big undertaking, but Jason and I are both looking at this. We're trying to get excited about it in the way that, you know, we want the content on Wandering Aimfully to be really high quality and really compelling so that people will feel compelled to join the membership. So we're just looking at this as not an obstacle, but what?
An opportunity.
That's right. So that's where we'll be for the next few weeks, is really whittling down all those articles and making sure that we have the most high quality articles possible that are going to live on the new Wandering Aimfully website.
This is a watermelon I bought at the grocery store.
Good job, babe.
I wanted to show it to everybody.
Can I carry it?
Sure. It's organic. It was locally farmed. It is not seedless.
Look how strong I am.
And this
I'm
is
so strong.
this is the watermelon that I bought. So I just figured you guys might want to know that I bought this.
It's a good use of
And
someone's
I'm gonna
time.
cut it up in a little bit. We just wanted to take a moment to talk about how amazing the little community that we have built over the past years. This September, will be the 3-year mark since I started By My Future, which was the first little spark of this community, which then merged into By Our Future in 2017 and is now Wandering Aimfully. And the people that have been along on that journey, it's about 400 people. We just did a quarterly call. We've done now 11 quarterly calls. So every quarter we do a live call. I was doing them by my lonesome early on in the end of 2015.
So boring.
And it's just like, who watched?
Ugh.
Lots of people watched. I mean, no, it was like the people that bought.
The same amount.
But anyway, the point of this, to bring this up to you, is just to say how grateful we are of this community, how amazing this community is, and just how you can create this for yourself as well. We'd never really had a community like this before, and it's just so fun to have these people who are living their own lives, doing their own things, being impacted by the work we're doing, but then also helping each other. Like, right in the middle of this quarterly call, we were just talking and one person was like, hey, I want to get coffee with people. And someone else was like, I could do like virtual coffee, and boom, now those people are going to be able to hang out. And that wouldn't have ever happened. Those little like moments wouldn't have happened. And I don't know, I'm just so grateful for this community. I wanted to bring it up. I wanted to just spread some love.
I actually struggle to put it into words sometimes because I know it just sort of kind of comes off trite because it's like, oh, well, everyone loves their community and whatever. But it's like, no, like the people who are in Wandering Aimfully, formerly By Our Future, formerly By My Future, they're truly the most like uplifting, understanding, helpful, curious, supportive, cute fun, awesome people I've ever met. And they're all so we're all sort of working towards this like very, albeit nebulous goal and very individual goal, but we're all doing it together, which is we all just want to be doing work that we love and living lives that we love. So we're trying to help each other do that and stay motivated. And it's just the coolest thing. And every time we get on those calls, Jason and I shut the thing off and I'm like, gosh, I wish I could do that every week because, I mean, we can, but it's so fun and it's so uplifting and it just helps us to keep going. So we're looking forward to welcoming more people into that community, but it's really just to say thanks and thanks for being awesome.
And if you have ever thought about building a community of your own, know that like 3 years in, you may have a group of people around you that you never thought possible who are so supportive and so awesome, and there's no better time to start than now if you want to try that.
And my last point on building a community is the more that you can be yourself, the more you're going to attract those types of people. So I truly believe that the reason we've attracted that amazing group is because we've been as honest and transparent and authentic as possible.
About hating coconut LaCroix.
That's right.
That's why we've aligned a great community.
That's it.
All right, well, you should probably click the subscribe button if you like watermelons. But if you don't like watermelons, don't click the subscribe button. But who doesn't like watermelons? Do you know anybody that doesn't like watermelon?
I don't think I have met anyone that's like, oh, I hate watermelon. I mean, it's just like water. It's like sweet water.
2 types of people don't like watermelon.
Who?
1, serial killers.
2,
2 people who are allergic to watermelon. However, even though they're allergic, I bet they still like it. They're just like, oh, I'm just allergic. I can't eat it.
Do you like honeydew and cantaloupe and all that?
No, because I'm allergic.
Wow.
All right, everybody, so subscribe, you know?
Here we go. You gotta strut your stuff. That's good. You take it out. 10 in. All right. I do it again. That's nice.